Hey everyone, we're going to discuss the rotation of axis with the graph. We already found that the angle on this one in the previous video was 30 degrees. So basically we had 11 minus 1, let me write it out. So it's A minus C over B, which is 11 minus 1 over 10 square root of 3. Which is going to give you 1 over square root of 3, which is the square root of 3 over 3. So 2 theta equals 60, therefore theta is 30. And that's the one we want. So I'm going to use my rotation formulas. These are degrees. And y and when you do that, like I said, I already did a bunch of videos on just doing these, so I'm going very quickly on these. So you're going to get x is 1/2 square root of 3 x prime minus y prime, and y is kind of the opposite but with the plus, so it's x prime plus square root of 3 y prime. Now what we're going to do is substitute these into our x's and y's, and our goal is to eliminate the x, y, and graph. So I'm going to copy the formula down again, or the equation. We have 11x squared plus 10 square root of 3xy plus y squared minus 4. So I'm going to just say equals 4, and our angle is 30 degrees. So let's plug everything in. I'm going to write a little small. I'm going to try to get it all on one line. 1/2 square root of 3 x prime minus y prime squared plus 10 square root of 3 times 1/2 square root of 3 x prime minus y prime times 1/2 times x prime plus square root of 3 y prime. I will not believe it if I can get this all in one line. Plus y squared, which is 1/2 x prime plus square root of 3 y prime squared. And I still didn't get my 4 in there, but there's my 4. Alright, so we're going to simplify. Remember that 1/2 squared is 1/4 when we're doing this. So, and then I'm just going to expand this. These two right here, I'm going to FOIL out and simplify. So if you want to pause and kind of work that out, you can, because I'm going to go a little fast on it. So we have 11 over 4 times 3 x prime squared minus 2 square root of 3 x prime y prime plus y prime squared. Sorry about that. Alright, now this part's going to be plus 5 square root of 3 over 2 times square root of 3 x prime plus 2 x prime y prime minus square root of 3 y prime squared. And I'm not going to have room, so I'm going to write down here plus 1/4 x prime squared plus 2 square root of 3, I'm just copying this down, x prime y prime plus y prime squared equals 4. Now, I'm going to go ahead and multiply through, distribute these terms here, and write it all out. Let's see what I can get. I get 33 over 4 x prime squared minus 11 square root of 3 over 2 x prime y prime plus 11 over 4 y prime squared plus 15 over 2, am I missing something? 15 over 2 x prime squared plus 5 square root of 3 x prime y prime minus 15 over 2 y prime squared, and definitely not going to get all in one line, plus 1/4 x prime squared plus square root of 3 over 2 x prime y prime plus 3/4 y prime squared equals 4. Now the goal here was to get rid of these x prime y primes. We have these. Now if I have, so these are all under 2 except this one. So if I rewrite this one with the common denominator, this is really 10 square root of 3 over 2. And when you add this with the square root of 3 over 2, you get 11 square root of 3 over 2, which neutralizes this, so that those all zero out. And then I'll let you add all those up, but what you should get is 16 x prime squared minus 4 y prime squared equals 4, and we're going to divide everything by 4, and you get 4 x squared prime, sorry, in red, I'm tired of blue. So we get 4 x prime squared minus y prime squared equals 1. Now when I write this out, it is a hyperbola, but I'm going to write this as x prime squared over 1/4. So I'm putting this in hyperbolic form. So my lead is x, so the center is still 0, 0. My center is 0, 0. My transverse axis is my x-axis because x leads. So the x prime axis is your transverse axis. That means it's going to open up and down on the x. And then what else? Let's see. My vertices are going to be at, since it's on the x here, the x leads, it's going to be plus or minus 1/2, comma 0. Alright, so let's try to graph this. I'm going to try to graph it. My angle was 30 degrees, so let me try to make it 30 degrees-ish. So I'm just kind of estimating here. So this was x, and I'm rotating my x-axis up by 30 degrees. My y is here, and I'm going to rotate it clockwise about 30 degrees. Isn't that straight? Ooh, I don't like that. Let me kind of fix that. Don't like that part. Alright, so let me try to make it straighter. A little straighter. Okay. So basically this was going, rotating. So this is y prime. Now, I know it opens up and down on the x. So I'm just going to estimate 1/2. I'm just going to call this go up 1/2 and 0. So I'm just going to call this 1/2. Because you can just label it and go down 1/2 here. And then it opens up like this on the x. Opens up here on the x. I don't know how exact you have to be, but so basically I'm just going to label these because it's not drawn really to scale. So this is 1/2, comma 0, and this one is negative 1/2, comma 0. And that's your hyperbola. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye-bye.